Good afternoon, South Africa. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. My name is Palisa Dembe, and I'm coming to you live from Bryanston, Johannesburg, where we are saluting all of the unsung heroes in our communities. And sitting beside me is legendary journalist and, of course, an ambassador for sponsors of Brave. I'm speaking about Mr. Derek Watts. Now, thank you so much, first of all, for spending the time with us and kind of breaking down such an important topic. And not only that, but being the face and the ambassador of such a worthy cause. What does it mean to you, and why did you decide to get involved?
Great to meet you, Palisa. And of course, I've seen you on the TV, but you're even more gorgeous live. Yeah, why did I get involved? Well, first of all, I think there's a lot of depression, negativity around the country. I think we all feel it. I made a New Year resolution not to get into the discussions about the usual ones, you know them, crime, corruption, Eskom, blackouts, unless somebody brings something to the table that is positive. It doesn't have to solve the whole problem, but just changes the whole conversation. Otherwise, for me, it just goes through the whole process again. So it resonated with my beliefs that we've got to look for positivity. And along with carte blanches, you know, during the festive season, we did a lot of programs on the unsung heroes, people who don't get the recognition. There's so many out there, so many brave people, brave journalists. And, excuse me, and we saluted the brave journalists recently on Sponsors of Brave.
Yeah. So we speak about brave and what does that courageousness look like? So I want to find out from you, Derek, who's seen a lot within our country and globally. But what does being brave mean to you?
Well, I like working with a brave team. So I think we've got a very brave team at Carte Blanche. It means to me, I think the first thing is resisting temptation. And that sounds easy. But it's not so easy, is it? Hey?
Not at all.
I mean, we talk about this cowboy country. We blame the police. And yet many of us will hand over a bribe. How does that work? It means not accepting the status quo, trying to change things. It means uplifting the people of this country because, you know, we're not as badly affected as most people, you know, living in, you know, shacks, living in informal settlements. And yet I meet many of those people who can still bring a smile to their face, who can still be positive. And I think, you know, on another level, how brave are those people?
Wow.
And, I mean, I see them on the Nickel Highway, people are selling trinkets, and some people won't even greet them. You don't have to buy their trinkets, but just respond, give them a smile. Respect, because there are many brave people in this country and they don't always get recognition.
I think that is such a beautiful point that you've highlighted, is that it's being courageous, it's stepping outside of the norm and doing something that necessarily your neighbor isn't as courageous to do. You stepping in and saying, enough is enough, I'm going to stand for something more, something better, and something that's going to push us forward as a nation. So why do you think it is so important for us to salute these people? Why do you think it is so important to celebrate all the courageous, brave people that we find within us?
Well, I think the country is in a crisis. It's not just me. I mean, the Treasury is saying that unless there are brave decisions and drastic reductions in the public service, we are in trouble. We're going down a slippery slope. So that's, of course, where a lot of brave decisions have to be made. But this goes across to healthcare. And I mean, you've seen the parlous state of the hospital estates, the state hospitals. A lot of medication isn't available. Psychiatric wards in particular are just in a truly shocking state, and that's with people who are trying to recover. So it's at a crucial time for the country. And, yeah, we're talking about pharmaceuticals. And I think it's great that a country is willing to stand up and tackle the problem head on.
It sounds a lot easier said than done. A lot of South Africans out there are standing there saying, how do we do this? What is the next step forward? So I want to find out from you, as a judge of this incredible campaign and this competition, essentially, what are you looking for in those brave human beings that are in the health sector right now? If anyone is watching at home and wants to make the difference and be the difference that you speak of, what does that look like?
Well, you may have seen some of the stories we've done on extremely dodgy pharmacists, on codeine addiction, serious problems. And these are some of the issues that have to be tackled, obviously. So, I mean, as a personal example, I went to the chemist the other day, and normally with the OTC stuff, over the counter, you know what that is, you just say what you want. And now this pharmacist started asking me questions. And
what are you using it for?
Yeah. I was quite indignant at first. I thought, well, this is a bit invasive. And he said, but you got some of this last month. Yeah. I said, yeah, just take one a day. What's wrong with that? And he said, but yeah, what are you trying to treat? And he went into my whole lifestyle and changed some of the tablets I normally take and substituted some. But what was he doing? He was taking an interest. And that's what I think a great pharmacist must do. Take an interest, not just hand over the tablets or pharmaceuticals if they're on prescription. Because really, how many of us read the fine print? Do you?
Definitely not me. I'm in South Africa. I'll be the first person to say. And a lot of pharmacists don't hold you accountable. A lot of them don't track your previous record and say, hang on, you've definitely treated this a couple of times before. So what are we getting down to here? Let us help you and help you in the best way ever. You seem to be quite confident in how you stand and what you're looking for in these health professionals that you're seeking and saluting with sponsors of Brave.
Absolutely, because, I mean, we've done other stories on antibiotics, which crucially should only be given in terms of the last resort. And where doctors are prescribing them.
Meant to, yes, I know them as something just to treat.
Yeah, but there are some that will affect you bad physically, that you might even break your Achilles. But it's in that chain between the doctors and the pharmacists. And, of course, mainly now we're talking about over-the-counter. But, somewhere in that chain, everything has to tighten up.
Yeah. Holding people accountable, cracking the whip. Finally, Derek, before I let you go, I have to find out from you, what advice would you give health professionals out there, people that are in these communities where situations are dire and they're not looking good, but they are the shining lights? And, of course, someone who's come from a very personal experience where at a young age, your daughter had a very traumatic experience that shook the entire family, where she had a brain tumor. What advice, what do you have to say to these people that are in these communities?
Well, first of all, I think nothing can prepare you as a parent for being told that your daughter's got a brain tumor. Your world falls apart. And with all these health professionals, from the MRI scan team, from the pediatricians, right along to the, neurosurgeon who does the 7-hour operation, they're seeing this on a daily basis. And for you, everything has changed. But what I admire is how, and I've seen it at all levels, I've seen it at government level, private hospital level, there are just some health practitioners who've got that side to them that isn't just the professional side. It's got they're still caring, although every day they have to break the terrible news. And I remember the neurosurgeon, Carl, just went up to my daughter with a scan and said, this is what's going to happen, this is what I'm going to do. And we felt left out. But my daughter afterwards said she felt so much more confident being told the truth. So it's a difficult question. But, look, it went on. She's healthy. She's got a business science degree, and she started a little foundation, the Kirsty Watts Foundation, which is, built a lot of hospital wards, classrooms, computer labs, even sensory rooms for autistic children. So when I say she's done it, it's along with my wife, Belinda, but it's made a nice difference. So it's good to feel that out of that traumatic experience has grown something where young people can be benefiting.
And this is just a story of bravery. This is a story of being triumphant and people coming together to not only be the change, but make the change moving forward. So a huge shout out and love goes to your daughter, Kirsten, and of course your wife.
She took me through it. I mean, she was and is incredibly brave.
Absolutely.
And so is my wife.
And so are you. Thank you so much for championing this cause. Thank you so much for allowing and enabling your face to be right up there as an ambassador for such a worthy cause. This is us here on Afternoon Express saluting all the unsung heroes in the medical professions that are in communities making a difference. Thank you so much, Derek.
Yeah, it's been great to see you. Super.
Absolutely.
You're a hugger, though.
I am a hugger. Going back to
I've never met someone with a heart like this.
He embodies what it means to be selfless.
Even when I was in a state of panic, she saw me through bravery.
Often the bravest people don't see themselves as others do. Join us in celebrating these brave heroes. Nominate the pharmacists and healthcare professionals in your community making a real difference and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand.
Derek Watts is truly such a lovely, lovely man, and this campaign is incredible. Now, you at home can get involved by nominating the pharmacist or healthcare professional in your community making a real difference, and you can stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand. Plus, there will be 2 winners from the nominations. So the judges will select one winner, and your votes will select the other winner. So these winners will win a trip to an overseas medical conference of their choice for themselves, and of course, the opportunity to pay it forward by donating 25,000 Rand to a registered NPO charity of their choice. So to nominate, please go to news24.com or https://partners24.com/sponsors of Brave. All of that information will, of course, be on afternoonexpress.co.za as well.
I've never met someone with a heart like this.
He embodies what it means to be selfless.
Even when I was in a state of panic, she saw me through bravery.
Often the bravest people don't see themselves as others do. Join us in celebrating these brave heroes. Nominate the pharmacists and healthcare professionals in your community making a real difference and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand.